it's me, Tequila. Thank you for clicking on my channel. I wanted to come on today to do a video about just overseas teaching. This is my 6th year teaching overseas in Kuwait. I haven't taught in any other country other than America, but for me, overseas teaching, I've been here in Kuwait a total of 6 years. So I wanted to just kind of give some insight on what it's like to work overseas, what it's like working in a Middle Eastern country. Um, and yeah, from my perspective. So I don't have anything written down. I just figured I'd, talk to you guys and, of course, take some comments and, yeah, that part. So, anyhow, I decided to come over here. I was working back in the States. I'm from Texas. I was working back in the States. Um, and I just decided, I wanted to make a difference somewhere else. So I left Texas and got hired at a school here in Kuwait. And when I first came, of course, it was a shock to me because they just do things a lot differently. I work at a private school. It's really hard to try to adjust to the way that they do things because, we all feel that, we know best. And there's still some things that I feel are unethical as far as how things are carried out at my school. But nonetheless, it's a private school and people do things differently. So, there's no complaints there. Overall, just living in Kuwait, it's been really, really nice. I enjoy my students. I love them. Just working with them and just teaching them English all day. And just working with the girls. I have some girls, I work with them after school in an extracurricular basketball activity. So that's really nice and enjoyable. As far as the country, um, it's a predominantly Muslim country, but they do have like some Christian based churches. Usually those are held in like hotels and other people's homes and things of that nature. So you still have the exposure to, that religion, to Christianity, if that's your religion of choice. As most people concerned, like, what do y'all got to eat down there? They don't have the same stuff we have here in the States. So where I'm from, do they have this? Do they have that? They have everything that you could possibly think of. They have every restaurant that you might be accustomed to eating out at or dining in. So you don't have to worry about the food, the shopping, the clothing. They have you covered in every department when it comes to that. Um, Transportation, most people get around by taxi. We generally take a taxi, and you can usually go anywhere within the Kuwait country of Kuwait for about between 2 and 4 dinars. Now, 1 dinar is about $3.30 U.S. money. So you just kind of keep that in mind. It'll kind of help you like calculate about how much you're spending. So yeah, as far as that goes, yeah, they have everything you want to eat. You can get around by taxi. They also have a bus line, so you can, as you become more familiar with the country, you can of course ride the bus if that's your choice. And then there are some other expats that rent cars. You're allowed to rent a car. You're allowed to drive. You have to get driver's license. And from what I hear, that could be a bit of a struggle. But nonetheless, the option to get a car and drive is there. Most schools with housing, they house singles in one residence or building, and then if you're married or with children, they have like a separate housing for that. So if you're coming in to work as an educator, then you'll notice that, housing is generally segregated in that way. Um, what else can I tell you guys about? Mm, yeah, overall, the country is really, really safe. Like, I don't feel like threatened. Most people, like, concern themselves with, like, terrorism and, just bombings and is it safe and is it safe and you ain't scared and why you still over there? I'm still over here because everything is safe. I'm making money. I'm able to save money. I have a really, really good life. I travel. I'm off at some point throughout every month. I mean, who wouldn't be here? So the money that you make is tax free, of course, from the government. I think according to the IRS law, and this goes for any expat, if you're not making more than I think 98,000 a year, or 90, I think it's, let me just say 90,000 to be safe. Okay, and there's no teacher here making 90,000. All right, so you're gonna be safe if you're coming as a teacher, or in education. Period. You can be the counselor or the principal. You're going to be safe. Um, with that being said, there are no payments or taxes required. However, you are required to still file and just document that information because they're very nosy. The IRS in America is very nosy. So they want you to document those things when you file your taxes, but none of the money will be taxed according to the IRS law. So anyway, just know that. Um, but yeah, it's very safe here. I don't know. I'm pretty happy here. It's an experience that I'm so glad that I took. Um, and honestly, I wouldn't trade this experience for anything in the world. It has really opened my eyes, allowed me to be more cultured. You should not be afraid of change. You should not be afraid to come to Kuwait. You should not be afraid to go to Dubai. You should not be afraid to go to Bahrain. And these are places that I've traveled and been to many, many times, and I know, are safe. Um, I'm not saying that things don't happen, but it's not like how it's portrayed in the media and on the news. You should not be afraid. The only thing for me I would say was I got just a little homesick because I hadn't been so far away from home ever. And coming here, I wasn't able to go home and see my family just, whenever I wanted to. Generally it takes, coming from Texas, it takes about 16 hours just to get here. But, whatever. Nonetheless, it's a safe place to come and travel. You'll get time off at Christmas. For the winter holiday, you get 2 weeks off, so that's enough time to travel and go home and see everybody and return. And then you get like 2.5 months off in the summer. Of course, they pay for your tickets to go home, so that's a round trip ticket to and from school to home. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities. Of course, you have Skype and FaceTime, all that stuff to kind of hold you over until you're able to make it back home. So it works for me. It works for me. So yeah, um, that's really it. I know there's a lot of people out there considering making a change, whether it's with employment or careers. And I just wanted to give a little insight about working overseas. Um, yeah, don't be afraid to take that leap. I took that leap all by myself. I came all by myself, didn't know anybody, and people tried to discourage me and tell me, why you want to go way over there? Why something gonna happen to you? The way I see it, I think, happened to me here. It's probably happened to me quicker in the States or where I'm coming from. So, honestly, I think this is one of the better decisions I've ever made. for myself. You know, you have to live your life, be adventurous, you know, try it 1 year. If you don't like it, go home. But there's nothing you're going to be missing. They have movie theaters here, they get all of the latest movies. Um, because of the culture here, generally, you know, some of the movies are censored, or you'll see that they edit the movie so certain things are not shown, like they don't show, you know, kissing or sex or nothing like that in the movie theaters. But you know, generally any movie that comes out in your homeland or your country, you will also get to see here, so you won't be missing things like that. Yeah. Oh, one other thing, the dress code. Here they dress really modest. You don't have to cover up, you know, you don't have to cover your hair, you don't have to wear, you know, the abaya, which is the garment that they wear. It's not required here in Kuwait. They're more modern. You know, they allow you the flexibility to wear your hair how you like, dress, you know, how you want. The only thing is, you have to have, um, everything has to come at least below the knee. And if not, you have to wear like some kind of leggings for ladies. And you can't have any like tank tops and tops or shirts like that with no sleeves. You have to have at least, even if it's just a short sleeve that come, you know, to about right here on your shoulders, your arms. You have to still have something, you know, at least of that length. And you know, no cleavage out, you know. So they try to dress really modest here. Um there are a lot of expats that, you know, still try to come and dress how they do at home. You know, they don't really care so much about like your pants, wearing the skinny jeans or the tight jeans or nothing. But you know, a lot of the guys here, you have a lot of expats from other countries like the Philippines and India, and so, you know, Bangladesh. And you know, these people are away from their wives and their families, and you know, you will see them staring at you like there's something on you if you're walking out like that with, you know, cleavage and, you know, short skirts, and you know, you're walking around, because it's just not seen here, and it's really not allowed. But um yeah, so you know, most people, it make them feel very, very uncomfortable. But it's just the way you have to carry yourself and dress in a modest way. If not, you know, you're gonna get all kinds of looks and feel uncomfortable. So yeah, other than the dress, you know, requirement, you know, what they prefer, it's really, you know, it's really not a bad place to reside. Like I said, I've been here for 6 years, and you know, would probably at least be here another, you know, take up another 2 or 3 years more here. Just because, you know, it's been really nice. It's been a really nice place. I've been able to travel and see the world, and it's just something that I wouldn't be able to do had I not make that change. So anyhow, I hope that this video was informative. I hope that there's something that you can take away from here. If you have any questions, of course, please don't hesitate to leave the comment down below. I will respond to all comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And please, 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 by all means, click that notification bell. That's all for now. Bye.